friends. Are you ready for another day of STEM enrichment? We had fun last time. Are you ready to make something else today? Today's book is called Stuck. Wonder what might be stuck. Looks like something might be stuck in a tree from the picture of our book. I'm going to read the book and then we're going to talk about what we're going to make today. Are you ready? Stuck by Oliver Jeffers. It all began when Floyd's kite became stuck in a tree. He tried pulling and swinging, but it wouldn't come unstuck. Has that ever happened to you? The trouble really began when he threw his favorite shoe to knock the kite loose. And that got stuck too. Uh-oh. So he threw up his other shoe to knock down his favorite one, and unbelievably, that got stuck as well. In order to knock down his other shoe, Floyd fetched Mitch. Is he gonna throw the cat in the tree? Cats get stuck in trees all the time, but this was getting ridiculous. Floyd fetched a ladder. He was gonna sort this out once and for all. Well, I'm glad he's gonna use a ladder. Uh-oh. He threw it up in the tree. I'm sure you can guess what happened. It got stuck. Who throws a ladder? The ladder was borrowed from a neighbor and would definitely need to be put back before anyone noticed. And in order to do so, Floyd flung a bucket of paint at it. And wouldn't you know it, the bucket of paint got stuck. Then Floyd tried a duck to knock down the bucket of paint, a chair to knock down the duck, his friend's bicycle to knock down the chair, the kitchen sink to knock down his friend's bicycle, Floyd's front door to knock down the kitchen sink. Oh my goodness. Why does he keep throwing things up in the tree? The family car to knock down their front door, the milkman to knock down the family car, an orangutan to knock down the milkman, who surely had somewhere else to be. How did he even find an orangutan? A small boat to knock down the orangutan, a big boat to knock down the small boat, a rhinoceros to knock down the big boat, a long distance truck to knock down the rhinoceros, the house across the street to knock down the long distance truck. Oh my goodness, how are all those things gonna fit in a tree? A lighthouse to knock down the house that wasn't across the street anymore because it was stuck in the tree. A curious whale in the wrong place at the wrong time to knock down the lighthouse. This is a very silly story, friends. And they all got stuck. Look at that tree. That is one crazy tree. A fire engine was passing and heard all the commotion. The firemen stopped to see if they could help at all. And up they went. First the engine, followed by fireman one and the other. Floyd keeps throwing everybody up. And there they stayed, stuck between the orangutan and one of the boats. Firemen would definitely be noticed missing, and Floyd knew he'd be in big trouble. Then he had an idea, and he went to find a saw. He's gonna cut down the tree? He lined it up as best he could, and he hurled it at the tree. What is he doing? And that was it, pop. There was no more room left in the tree, and the kite became unstuck. Floyd was delighted. He had forgotten all about his kite and put it to use immediately, enjoying the rest of his day very much. But what about everything in the tree? That night, Floyd fell asleep exhausted, though before he did, he could have sworn there was something he was forgetting, like all the stuff stuck in the tree. Look. Everything else is stuck in the tree. Floyd forgot all about all of the things stuck in the tree. Today, my friends, is a creative building day, really creative. We are going to build trees, but I want you to build the most amazing, use your imagination, the most interesting, crazy tree you could possibly build. It could look like anything. The only thing it has to have is it has to have a trunk. And sometimes putting tubes together can be difficult. Now I have my tape over here. I have 3 tubes. And I have my tape. And when we're putting tubes together, a lot of times we think we should just go around like this and that'll solve our problems and keep it tight. And it does help. It does help to go around the middle. But after we go around the middle, this can still bend a little. It's really important, remember that number 3, to go 1, 2, and 3. That'll make sure that whatever you put on top is really sturdy and it won't fall down. Now, sometimes we like to stick our trees on to a flat surface. And if you wanted to make your tree stand on something like a piece of cardboard or even a box, you kind of wonder, how are we going to get that tree to stand like that? That's where a pair of scissors comes in handy. I have my scissors right here. And one thing you can do, remember that number 3, I'm going to make a little slit and I'm going to go 1 and move over a little bit, 2 and move over a little bit again, 3. I made 3 little slits, and then look what I can do after I make my slits. I can fold back the bottom of my tube. And then when I fold back the bottom of my tube, it can stand on a box or on a piece of cardboard. And then I can use my tape to tape down each flap. And that will help keep your tree or anything that you make sturdy when you are building. Now today's trees, you could make a tree. See, now this is really sturdy. I can go taller if I want. I could go taller. You could make a very tall tree. You could make the top of your tree green, but since we're being super creative, you could make the top of your tree orange. I wonder what we could make trees out of. The leaves and the branches. Could we use straws? I wonder if or we could maybe use sticks and have sticks on our tree, or straws coming out of our tree as branches. Ooh, and then maybe we could have sticks on our straws. You could even use more tubes or cut the tubes and use it. There's lots of different things that you could do to make a really cool tree. I want to see what kind of tree you can make. Let me know how it turns out. See you next week, guys.